The psychological secrets of long-lasting romance, speech, love at the beginning feels magical. Your heart races, conversations flow effortlessly, and even silence feels meaningful. But the real mystery of love is not how it starts. It's how it lasts. Long-lasting romance is not built on constant excitement or grand gestures. Psychology shows us that lasting love is created through small, consistent emotional behaviors that strengthen connection over time. The first secret is emotional safety. When partners feel safe to express fears, dreams, and insecurities without judgment, intimacy deepens. Love grows when both people know they are accepted, not just admired. The second secret is intentional communication. Couples who last don't avoid conflict. They learn how to discuss it respectfully. They listen to understand, not to win. This turns arguments into opportunities for growth instead of damage. Another powerful secret is mutual appreciation. Over time, many relationships fail not because of hatred, but because of neglect. Simple words like thank you, I see you, and I appreciate you keep emotional bonds alive and strong. Long-lasting romance also depends on emotional responsiveness. Being present when your partner needs comfort, support, or reassurance builds trust. Love isn't proven during easy moments. It's proven when one partner shows up during hard times. Finally, the deepest secret is growing together, not apart. Healthy couples allow each other to evolve while choosing each other again and again. They don't cling to who their partner used to be. They fall in love with who they are becoming. In the end, long-lasting romance is not about finding the perfect person. It's about creating a relationship where two imperfect people feel emotionally connected, valued, and safe every single day. 5 key points of the speech. Emotional safety builds deep and lasting intimacy. Healthy communication turns conflict into connection. Appreciation prevents emotional distance in relationships. Emotional responsiveness strengthens trust and bonding. Growing together keeps romance alive over time. 1. Emotional safety builds deep and lasting intimacy. Emotional safety is the foundation of every long-lasting romantic relationship. Without it, love becomes fragile, communication becomes guarded, and partners slowly drift apart. With it, even difficult moments can strengthen the bond rather than weaken it. Psychology shows that people don't truly connect when they feel judged, threatened, or emotionally at risk. They connect when they feel safe to be real. Emotional safety means knowing you can express your thoughts, feelings, fears, and vulnerabilities without the fear of being mocked, dismissed, or punished. It is the quiet confidence that your partner will listen, not attack, understand, not invalidate. When this safety exists, partners stop wearing emotional masks and start showing their authentic selves. In emotionally safe relationships, vulnerability is not seen as weakness. Instead, it is welcomed as a sign of trust. When one partner says, "This hurt me," or "I'm scared of losing you," and the other responds with empathy rather than defensiveness, intimacy deepens. These moments create emotional closeness that physical attraction alone can never achieve. Psychologically, emotional safety activates the brain's sense of security. When a person feels safe, the nervous system relaxes, allowing openness, affection, and emotional bonding to flourish. But when emotional safety is missing, the brain shifts into defense mode. Partners become cautious, reactive, and emotionally distant, even if they still love each other. Trust plays a central role in emotional safety. Trust is built when words and actions align consistently over time. Keeping promises, respecting boundaries, and being emotionally reliable sends a powerful message: you matter and your feelings are safe with me. This consistency creates a stable emotional environment where love can grow naturally. Another important aspect of emotional safety is how conflict is handled. In safe relationships, disagreements do not turn into character attacks or emotional withdrawal. Partners can say, "I disagree," without fearing rejection or abandonment. This allows honest communication instead of suppressed resentment, which is one of the most common causes of relationship breakdown. Emotional safety also means allowing imperfection. No one feels safe in a relationship where they must be perfect to be loved. Long-lasting couples understand that mistakes, flaws, and emotional struggles are part of being human. They focus on repair rather than blame and understanding rather than control. Over time, emotional safety becomes the glue that holds romance together. Passion may rise and fall, life may bring stress and change, but emotional safety provides stability. It allows love to mature from excitement into deep emotional connection. In essence, emotional safety is not created by grand romantic gestures. It is built through everyday behaviors, listening with empathy, responding with kindness, and choosing respect even during difficult moments. When emotional safety exists, love doesn't just survive, it thrives. 2, healthy communication turns conflict into connection. Healthy communication is one of the most powerful psychological tools for creating long-lasting romance. Many people believe that strong couples rarely argue, but psychology reveals the opposite. Lasting couples don't avoid conflict. They know how to handle it. The difference between relationships that grow and those that break is not the absence of disagreement, but the presence of respectful, intentional communication. Conflict is natural when two individuals with different experiences, emotions, and expectations share their lives. Problems arise when communication becomes defensive, aggressive, or silent. When partners communicate to win an argument rather than to understand each other, emotional distance begins to grow. Healthy communication shifts the goal from being right to staying connected. One of the most important elements of healthy communication is active listening. This means listening to understand, not to prepare a response. When a partner feels genuinely heard, their emotional intensity decreases and openness increases. Simple behaviors, maintaining eye contact, not interrupting, and reflecting back what you heard, can completely change the tone of a conversation. Tone matters just as much as words. Psychology shows that how something is said often matters more than what is said. Sarcasm, contempt, and dismissive language create emotional wounds that linger long after the argument ends. Healthy communicators use calm, respectful tones even during disagreement, signaling emotional safety and mutual respect. Another key principle is using I statements instead of you accusations. Saying, I feel ignored when we don't talk invites understanding, while you never listen to me triggers defensiveness. This small shift reduces emotional threat and encourages cooperation instead of resistance. Healthy communication also involves emotional regulation. Strong couples know when to pause a conversation before emotions escalate out of control. Taking a break is not avoidance. It is a strategy to protect the relationship. Returning to the discussion once emotions have settled leads to clearer thinking and more productive dialogue. Equally important is the ability to repair after conflict. Apologizing sincerely, acknowledging hurt feelings, and taking responsibility are signs of emotional maturity. Psychology shows that relationships thrive not because partners never hurt each other, but because they know how to heal after they do. Healthy communication transforms conflict into connection by revealing deeper emotional needs. Beneath most arguments lie unspoken feelings, the need for validation, reassurance, or closeness. When partners learn to communicate these needs honestly, conflict becomes a doorway to intimacy rather than a wall in long-lasting romance. Communication becomes a bridge, not a battlefield. Couples who master healthy communication don't just solve problems. They strengthen trust, deepen emotional intimacy, and grow closer through every challenge they face together. 3. Appreciation prevents emotional distance in relationships. Appreciation is one of the most overlooked yet powerful psychological forces in long-lasting romance. Many relationships don't end because love disappears, but because appreciation does. Over time, partners often assume their efforts are noticed and understood, yet when appreciation is not expressed, emotional distance slowly begins to grow. From a psychological perspective, feeling appreciated fulfills a deep emotional need, the need to feel valued. When a partner feels seen and acknowledged, their sense of belonging increases. The S creates emotional security and reinforces the desire to invest in the relationship. On the other hand, when appreciation is absent, even small acts of love can begin to feel meaningless or taken for granted. Appreciation does not require grand gestures. In fact, it is most powerful when expressed in everyday moments. Simple phrases like, thank you for listening, I appreciate how hard you work, or I notice what you do for us, have a profound emotional impact. These words signal respect and recognition, reminding partners that their presence and effort matter. Psychology shows that the human brain is wired to notice negative experiences more strongly than positive ones. This means that without intentional appreciation, relationships can slowly become focused on flaws, mistakes, and unmet expectations. Appreciation counterbalances this negativity bias by shifting attention toward what is working rather than what is lacking. Another critical aspect of appreciation is consistency. Occasional praise is helpful, but consistent appreciation builds emotional resilience. When partners regularly express gratitude, they create a positive emotional environment where love can flourish even during stressful times. Appreciation acts as emotional nourishment, strengthening the bond day by day. Appreciation also protects relationships during conflict. When a relationship is rich in appreciation, disagreements feel less threatening. Partners are more willing to forgive because they don't feel emotionally depleted. They remember that they are valued even when they are misunderstood or upset. Importantly, appreciation must be genuine. Forced or manipulative praise can feel hollow and may even create mistrust. True appreciation comes from awareness, noticing your partner's emotional labor, sacrifices, and intentions, not just visible actions. This depth of recognition fosters emotional intimacy and mutual respect. Over time, appreciation shapes how partners perceive each other. Instead of viewing the relationship as a source of frustration, they begin to see it as a space of support and recognition. This positive perception strengthens commitment and emotional attachment. In long-lasting romance, appreciation is not optional. It is essential. It reminds partners why they chose each other and why they continue to choose each other every day. By expressing appreciation consistently and sincerely, couples prevent emotional distance and create a relationship where love feels alive, acknowledged, and deeply valued. 4. Emotional responsiveness strengthens trust and bonding. Emotional responsiveness is one of the clearest indicators of a healthy, long-lasting romantic relationship. It refers to the ability to notice, understand, and respond to a partner's emotional needs in a timely and caring way. Psychology shows that people don't feel deeply loved because of what their partner says about love, but because of how their partner responds when emotions are involved. Every relationship is filled with emotional bids, small or big attempts for connection. These can be obvious, like sharing a fear, asking for support, or subtle, like a sigh, a change in tone, or a quiet moment of withdrawal. Emotionally responsive partners notice these signals and respond with presence rather than indifference. This simple awareness builds powerful emotional bonds. When a partner responds with empathy, it sends a clear psychological message: you matter. Your feelings are important. I am here for you. Over time, this creates deep trust. Trust grows not from perfection, but from reliability. Knowing that when you are emotionally vulnerable, your partner will not ignore, minimize, or dismiss you. Neuroscience supports this idea. Consistent emotional responsiveness helps regulate stress by calming the nervous system. When someone feels emotionally supported, their body experiences safety, which strengthens attachment and closeness. In contrast, emotional neglect, even unintentional, can trigger feelings of rejection and insecurity, slowly weakening the relationship. Emotional responsiveness becomes especially important during difficult moments. Anyone can be affectionate when things are easy, but long-lasting romance is built in moments of pain, fear, or uncertainty. A comforting word, a patient response, or simply being fully present can turn emotional distress into intimacy. These moments become emotional memories that define the strength of the relationship. Another key element of emotional responsiveness is validation. Validation does not mean agreeing with everything your partner feels. It means acknowledging that their emotions make sense from their perspective. Phrases like, I understand why you feel this way, or that sounds really hard, reduce emotional tension and foster understanding. Emotionally responsive partners also adapt to each other's emotional styles. Some people need verbal reassurance, while others need physical presence or quiet support. Long-lasting couples learn how their partner experiences comfort and respond accordingly, rather than assuming one method fits all. Over time, emotional responsiveness creates a secure emotional bond. Partners feel less anxious, less defensive, and more open with each other. They know they are not alone in their emotional world. In the psychology of love, emotional responsiveness is not about dramatic acts. It's about consistent, caring reactions. When partners respond with empathy, attentiveness, and understanding, trust deepens, bonding strengthens, and love becomes a safe place rather than a fragile one. Growing together keeps romance alive over time. One of the most powerful psychological secrets of long-lasting romance is the ability to grow together rather than grow apart. Relationships are not static. People change, goals evolve, and life circumstances shift. Romance survives not when partners resist change, but when they adapt to it together. Psychology shows that couples who embrace mutual growth experience deeper connection and long-term satisfaction. Growing together means supporting each other's personal development while maintaining emotional closeness. It is about encouraging dreams, respecting individuality, and celebrating progress instead of feeling threatened by change. When partners feel free to evolve without fear of losing love, the relationship becomes a source of strength rather than limitation. A common mistake in relationships is falling in love with a version of a person and expecting them to remain the same forever. This creates frustration and disappointment over time. Healthy couples understand that change is inevitable and view it as an opportunity to rediscover each other again and again. This mindset keeps curiosity and emotional engagement alive. Psychologically, growing together requires open communication about goals, values, and expectations. Regularly checking in with each other allows partners to stay emotionally aligned as life changes. These conversations prevent silent drift, where partners live parallel lives without real emotional connection. Another essential aspect of growing together is shared experiences. Learning something new together, facing challenges as a team, or creating future plans strengthens the emotional bond. Shared growth creates shared meaning, which research shows is a key factor in long-term relationship success. At the same time, growing together does not mean losing individuality. Long-lasting romance balances togetherness with autonomy. When partners maintain their own interests, passions, and identities, they bring freshness and energy into the relationship. This prevents emotional stagnation and dependency. Support during transitions is especially important. Career changes, personal struggles, or emotional healing can either divide or unite a couple. When partners choose patience, encouragement, and understanding during these phases, trust deepens and emotional intimacy strengthens. Growing together also means learning from mistakes. Healthy couples reflect, adjust, and improve instead of repeating unhealthy patterns. This growth mindset transforms challenges into lessons rather than relationship-ending threats. Over time, growing together creates a sense of partnership rather than mere companionship. Partners don't just share a past, they actively build a future. They choose each other repeatedly, even as they become different versions of themselves. In the psychology of long-lasting romance, love stays alive not because it stays the same, but because it evolves. When two people commit to growing side by side, romance becomes a journey of continuous connection, rediscovery, and emotional depth. Conclusion: the psychological secrets of long-lasting romance. Long-lasting romance is not a coincidence, nor is it reserved for a lucky few. It is the result of conscious emotional choices made every day. When we understand the psychology behind lasting love, we realize that romance is not sustained by intensity alone, but by emotional intelligence. Love lasts when partners create emotional safety, communicate with intention, and remain emotionally present for one another through every season of life. At its core, lasting romance is built on emotional connection rather than perfection. Couples who thrive are not those who never struggle, but those who face challenges with empathy and respect. By prioritizing emotional safety and healthy communication, partners create a space where vulnerability is welcomed. and conflicts become opportunities for deeper understanding rather than division, appreciation, and emotional responsiveness. Further strengthen this bond. When partners feel seen, valued, and emotionally supported, love transforms into a secure attachment rather than an uncertain hope. Small, consistent expressions of gratitude and empathy keep emotional closeness alive, preventing the slow drift that often damages relationships over time. Growing together completes this psychological foundation. As individuals evolve, so must their relationship. Couples who support each other's growth, share meaningful experiences, and adapt to change together keep romance alive and relevant. Love becomes a journey of rediscovery, where partners choose each other again and again with deeper awareness and commitment. Ultimately, the secret to long-lasting romance is not finding the perfect partner, but becoming emotionally available, responsive, and intentional in love. When two people commit to understanding each other's inner world, romance matures into something far more powerful than attraction. It becomes emotional partnership, trust, and lifelong connection. Thank you, and goodbye note. Thank you so much for listening and giving your time to explore the psychology of long-lasting romance. I hope these insights inspire you to reflect, grow, and build deeper emotional connections in your own relationships. Until next time, take care of your heart, choose love with intention, and never stop growing together. Thank you, and goodbye.